My mission is simple, to make you money. I'm here to level the playing field for all investors. There's always a bull market somewhere, and I promise to help you find it. Mad Money starts now. Hey, I'm Cramer. Welcome to Mad Money. Welcome to Cramerica. Oh, do you want to make friends? I'm just trying to make a little money. My job is not just to entertain, but to try to explain what the heck is going on. So call me at 1-800-743-CNBC or tweet me at Jim Cramer. Sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes, we have no idea how to value a stock. It just eludes us. Beyond our ken. There are no comparisons, no analogies, no traditional benchmarks. And I think it's safe to say Nvidia now has that kind of stock. We all just draw blanks as it defies every expectation and breaks through every boundary. Nvidia's reporting tomorrow night, and the anticipation is as great as I've ever seen. By the way, it helps send the stock down 4% today. It's playing havoc with the entire tech sector. Yes, today, the averages were not so hot. Dow dipping 64 points, S&P losing 0.6%. The tech-heavy NASDAQ wilting down 0.92%. Within that negativity, though, we had some important leaders like Walmart surging 3%. We got CEO Doug McMillon on the show later to tell us how he put that monster quarter together. In a stunning move of the financial sector, Capital One's buying Discover. Two credit card companies, wow, getting together, or at least trying to get together, because I think there'll be a lot of antitrust scrutiny. But after the bell, whoa. We had a calamitous quarter for one of my favorite companies, Palo Alto. We will have CEO Nikesh Arora on later in the show to put that severe disappointment into some sort of context. Sell. Yet the only stock people seem to be caring about at all today is Nvidia, the semiconductor and software juggernaut that's, notice I said software, that's propelled itself into the trillion-dollar conversation with a market capitalization in the $1.7 trillion region, thanks to the strength of its artificial intelligence chips. One thing that's true for both stocks and people, everybody has disdain for the nouveau riche. And Nvidia is as nouveau riche as it gets. The company was worth $573 billion last year, $340 billion in 2021, and just $165 billion in 2020. And that's why there's so much skepticism. It's almost like people feel that wealth creation here smacks of alchemy. Maybe they think of visionary CEO Jensen Huang as someone like Harold Hill, the charismatic con artist, also known as the Music Man. I think that's absurd. Nvidia earned $2.50 per share in fiscal 2021, and it's expected to earn $21.47 per share this year. Even as the stock skyrocketed higher, do you know it's actually gotten cheaper on an earnings basis? Because those numbers are growing even faster, and that's the real takeaway. Yep, on the eve of National Nvidia Day, I want to take the challenge of explaining the stock's valuation by providing the relevant comparisons that can justify that seemingly lofty valuation. Remember, I always say own Nvidia, don't trade it. And that's doubly true if the stock gets slammed in response to the quarter, even if it's slammed like we're seeing with Palo Alto tonight. And yes, I am conscious that the stock could get crushed like Palo Alto Networks, which is an unbelievable performer. But I think Nvidia is different. Maybe it's more lasting. What makes you feel that way? Let's talk comparable valuations, or as we call them in the trade, the comps. Now, I want to start with what I have to admit is a layman's comp, one that'll put my view of Jensen Huang in true perspective. Jensen is the CEO equivalent of Taylor Swift. I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. While Taylor's on her legendary, most lucrative tour of all time, plowing through the worldwide Eras extravaganza, what does she do? Well, she's working the whole time on the Tortured Poets department, which will drop. Always wanted to say that on this show. On April 19th. I mean, talk about an encore. That's actually a pre-core. Taylor Swift is a force, a larger-than-life force that seems incomparable. But that's the whole point. She isn't. There's just no comparison in the entertainment business. But in generative artificial intelligence, accelerated computing, there's a perfect comp. The man universally known as Jensen. Although that does put him in a lesser-light category of Madonna or Cher. Every time Jensen Huang blazes through a tour, he's got something else he's working on. He's the tech visionary department. Whatever happens tomorrow, do we really think it's make or break for Nvidia, up or down, yay or nay? No way. Nobody's about to call a top in Taylor Swift, so why the heck does everyone seem to want to call a top with Nvidia? Jensen right now is more likely working on the calculations needed to put a person on Mars without crash landing, as he solves the dilemma of black ice and self-driving cars, or gives robot dogs treats for picking up jello cubes with tremendous ease. Hey, mind you, those are some of his hobbies for this Renaissance man. A fabulous entertainer like Taylor Swift, who seems to do it all with ease, who's hardly tortured, albeit a poet, doesn't surprise us with her rise, because it's been a long time coming. Well, guess what? Same thing with Jensen. This is Nvidia's 31st year of existence. It didn't get started in 2021. Now that's torture. They share kinetic energy and brilliance, and neither is anywhere near their pinnacle. When it comes to artificial intelligence, we could be so early that NVIDIA's equivalent of the Eras Tour may still be years away. With a string of hits that's the envy of the industry. It's just a different vernacular. Hence why in 2017, I named my rescue mutt NVIDIA, even as he sadly didn't make it to the AI era. Jensen was still working on developing chips for gaming that were greyhounds, making the rest of the players in the race look like dachshunds. The dachshund Pentium. Now, I know you can't put a price on Taylor Swift and her Swifties, but I need you to get your head around the idea that there's no anti-hero here. It's not me that's the problem. It's you who might be exhausted always rooting for Jensen Huang. Now, if entertainment doesn't work for you, let's add another comparison that's a little more pedestrian. Let's add Apple, the creator of the most remarkable device in history, okay, the iPhone. You see, Jensen's been adamant that artificial intelligence represents a whole new computing platform, and it's now having an iPhone moment. That's the phrase he always uses: accelerated computing, generative artificial intelligence, supercomputers that can think better and faster than we can. It's all in there, in part because of NVIDIA's assembling it. Oh, and it's not just hardware. If it were just hardware, I believe AMD could be giving this current iteration much more of a run for its money. It's the software that makes it work, the software that allows the devices to learn. All of these different systems, the Gemini, the Copilot, ChatGPT, even what Shantanu Narayan from Adobe showed us this morning on Squawk on the Street, that allows you to create without you creating, well, they're all spawn of NVIDIA. Sure, the iPhone is sui generis, but so is NVIDIA's architecture. And to conflate the two comps, do you think that Jensen isn't working on a new iteration that could come out 5 years from now? One that makes the current H200, the Grace Hopper chips, look like the 46? I mean, maybe people are willing to pay $1.7 trillion now for NVIDIA because it might climb to Apple's $2.8 trillion a few years from now, and they don't want to miss $1 trillion. Even as Jensen has to deal with the pedestrian reporting process tomorrow night, he's busy honing his keynote for GTC 2024. The latest breakthroughs in accelerated computing, generative AI, and robotics. More than 300,000 people are expected to attend in person or virtually to hear AI leaders along with top companies from, get this, every sector under the sun, because they're all touched by this technology that runs on NVIDIA's platform. That 3-day extravaganza from March 18th to the 21st is so important that I want people to recognize that there indeed is a day after tomorrow's earnings. A raison d'etre to keep owning the stock of NVIDIA for the next month, even if it has a sharp fall tomorrow. Yet, just like Apple, another stock that I say you should own, not trade, there's widespread belief that NVIDIA could be vaporized momentarily. The whole edifice revealed as chimerical and Jensen nothing more than a tortured poet, without even as much as a department to lord over. It could be pummeled like Palo Alto stock right now. I say open your eyes, people. If you think that NVIDIA's quarter is one and done, you're also thinking that AI is one and done. You think the Eras Tour is over? Then how do you deal with Jensen's statement that, quote, generative AI has moved to center stage as governments, industries, and organizations everywhere look to harness its transformative capabilities, end quote. Bottom line, hey, maybe I'm still a believer, but I do know why. NVIDIA deserves its valuation. If they take a whack at it tomorrow when they report, remember, Friday's another day. Tony in Florida. Tony.
Hey, Jim, I just want to thank you for everything you do, you and Jeff, because I'm a club member since day one, and I really enjoy everything you guys do.
You're a great friend of the show and of the business and of the club. Thank you so much. How can I help?
And I even met you down in Miami when you came down to Miami.
I hope I was polite.
Oh, you and Jeff were great.
Oh, all right, you never know. You know, a bad day. You catch me on a bad day. You know, like the Eagles lose. I wasn't polite that day. Go ahead. I'm sorry. That's 7 days.
It's okay. Everybody has bad days. What I wanted to see, with everything going on in the world, with everything in the Red Sea, with Israel, and with Ukraine, I don't have any defensive stocks, and you have this in the bullpen for a while. RTX, do you think they're a good?
You know, I'll tell you why I've been worried about RTX, because I see plane companies, actually aerospace companies, say, look, we're back order because of the RTX, because of the geared fan problem, the turbofan. In other words, they too have something that is wrong that they're making, and that's keeping people away and making me more concerned. But I hear you, it is coming back. All right, I think NVIDIA deserves a valuation like this. And if non-believers take a whack on its stock on Thursday morning, but I think the story is true, well, remember, Friday is another day. Oh, man, tonight, from inflation to drones and even advertising, there's a lot to discuss when it comes to the heft of Walmart. And I'm talking to CEO Doug McMillon exclusively off the company report. You won't want to miss this one. Then Robert returned a fairly robust quarter in last week, and I'm running through the numbers and sharing the red and green lights that I saw. And Palo Alto Networks, one of my favorite names in the cybersecurity cohort, is just getting trashed after the bell. going to sit down and talk with the company CEO. So stay with Cramer.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow at Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. Hashtag Mad Mentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.